Hey guys, and welcome back to Elden Ring. So, last time we left off, we had finally gotten to the point of fighting the first demigod, Godrick the Grafted. We had mapped out the entirety of Limgrave for the most part, although I am absolutely certain there are plenty more, like right there. Here there are plenty more places of interest, and probably at least 4 or 5 more caves and catacombs and such that we haven't seen yet, as well as there's a entire area underneath Stormvale that we have yet to figure out how to get to. And we mapped out the Weeping Peninsula to a degree, although I have still yet to follow the southern road leading to this area and to get the Stella that gives us an actual Fog of Warless map. For now, though, we're going to continue on our quest to defeat Godrick. Toward that end, I want to try to look over my character a little bit more here first. Instead of the Lone Wolf Ashes, I want to try and go back and use the Jellyfish again, because that was very effective against Margit. Other than that, we have things like the Fireproof Dried Liver, which could reduce fire effects, although I don't think it's necessary as long as we swap in the Flame Drake Talisman. I don't think I need the guard counter because we're probably not going to be, he takes so much stamina that I don't think guard counters are really going to be all that effective, although they might. It's possible. We'll see. Jump attacks are definitely something we'd like to have boosted, however. So other than that, the stamina and the strength boost are nice to have. We have a faith boost, which is not really going to help us. It'll increase our total damage of the fire, but we're not really getting very much damage in with the fire to begin with. So I don't see that as a very important thing, although the stamina boost is very important, and the strength will be important, I'm sure. So we're going to stick with that, and instead, I believe that I got an extra golden seed. Bingo. Now we need 3. Yep. But at the very least, now we have that 7th flask to get that extra heal off. So now, beforehand, we want to map out the Baldachin's Blessing on here. We got that, okay. So we can summon the jellyfish. We can use the Baldachin's. I'm gonna give it a practice run first, and then I'm gonna use the Baldachin's to see if we can make some use of the extra poise. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be or not. So let's give it a try here. Oh, bad timing. Very bad timing. So we can't let off him too much or he's going to try and grab our guy here. got him. Oh, and I finally landed the riposte. But that did virtually no damage, though. Yeah, the jellyfish is going to be a much better summon. He's poisoned too. People underestimate the jellyfish, man. That is possibly that's the best summon, one of the best summons in the game. I'm certain of it. I'm gonna waste a flask just so I can keep myself from getting killed or accidentally. I think we've got it, guys. Jellyfish OP. I still don't even say his name right, which is a crying shame to this deserving NPC summon. Let's finish it.
I am the Lord of all that is golden. And one day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
The great runes you receive by defeating shardbearers have lost their beneficial power. However, their power can be restored at divine towers throughout the lands between. See the description of each great rune to discover which divine tower you should visit. I'm pretty sure we already know where this one goes. Remembrance of the Grafted. So this is the remembrance, okay? 20,000. I feel bad here. I feel like I wasn't ready to beat him in that jellyfish summon is literally that powerful. Because the wolves were not even getting me close to this level. I mean, to be fair, I was getting him pretty good. I don't think it would have taken me much longer to figure it out. But I might want to really be careful of this in the future, because I feel like there really is something to it. So I'm going to try to limit myself from using this summon in the future. Her name is Aurelia. There we go. Aurelia for the win, yet again. Bravely spews poison. Will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings. Prone to tears, the jellyfish girl searches for her distant home. Wow. Beautiful little tale. Now, let us move forward. I am assuming there might be some items littered through here, perhaps, in this massive area here. This is where the dragon was. Looks very reminiscent of a Gil, actually. So it seems to be a similar type of dragon. I'm actually not seeing anything, so it looks like perhaps there wasn't anything. You never put it past FromSoft to lay items in a place like this. It wouldn't be the first boss arena that had items in it. One-star beast, etc. The throne of the Demi-God. Diorama with 10. 8 of them have carvings in them, 2 of them are empty. Is this the tree and beast? It looks like it, eh? You can see down at the bottom here. There's the beast, and then up at the top is the tree, representing the coat of arms here, the tree and beast circle. Fascinating stuff. And it seems as though this is Godfrey, the ancestor of Godrick, who he seems so proud of. And then the statues beside it are all 4 of the same character here. So there are 2 other alcove chambers here. Interesting that I was not able to use a weapon in that specific room. Desperate for a hidden wall. What about right there? Nope. Alright. Let's dive down. Oh. Maiden, dear maiden, where are you? Please take my grapes. Shabriri grape. In a place like this, I just have to check. Alright, it appears as though that's all that's down here. Oh, but there's a ladder here, actually. Let us go this way and see what's down here. Wow. This is it, isn't it? Wow. There's another divine tower. I'm assuming that means there's another demigod. The Urnia of the Lakes. Oh, wow. What a massive area. Like, this is literally massive. Just from where I am until that castle ahead of me is about as big as Limgrave, it looks like. You know, and then if you factor in like the plateaus to the left and the right, they're even could be even larger. That's about as large as East and West Limgrave, just halfway, just getting to the castles, and I'm assuming it goes beyond that point. We have more structures up there. So we know there's another demigod at the very least right there, because there's another divine tower. There's another church. There's another marvelous, beautiful castle there, which I'm assuming has to be the location of the next demigod, probably. And then beautifully poking out of the ground is the Erd tree itself. Right there. Right in front of us. Or at least exceedingly closer than it was. Alright, there's one other chamber that is in the castle there that we have not visited as of yet. So I want to go back and then check that out real quick. Alright, now we can go down this side chamber. Oh, this is... well, that's a bit disappointing. What's the purpose of this? Seems awful strange. It's very unusual. Now specifically we need to go and visit Jonathan Haight, right, was his name I believe, at Haight Fortress. Talk to him about hello. Where did that come from? There's gotta be a hidden wall sooner or later in here. I'm gonna hold off on doing anything specific for now. Let's see, can we talk to somebody yet? Past time. You would think that we'd have an option to speak with Millennia. Or not Millennia, Melina. Now things should have changed.
Ah, well then. May the Golden Order shine through you. Those who live in Ulmore should...
Be sure to tell me if you meet. She's a servant. She's been my I've lost count of them.
A pleasure to see. Thank God. I'm still looking. It's not easy by any means, but it's what I must do. It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit. I'm still looking.
Now let's see what our man has to say here now that we've actually... Ah, he shut himself up. Don't want to talk all of a sudden, do you, huh?
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round table. Nefeli Lu. We met at Stormvale. I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godrick's grafting grounds. You defeated him. You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
Arsenal charm.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
Well, he doesn't appear to want to speak to me.
It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it. It's about time. I'll see you again.
Well, we'll see. You have anything different to sell here? Doesn't appear so as of yet. 14,000. Did I spend anything? I don't recall. I had 20,000. What did I spend it on? That's bizarre. Ah, have we been here yet? Doesn't look like it.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enya the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you.
Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the Tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave Tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Let the words of the fingers guide you. Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demi-Gods and even the creator of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, Tarnished, you are here to take, are you not? Great runes are the stuff of Demi-Gods, the children of the goddess Queen Marika, she who is vessel of the Elden Ring. Tainted by the strength of their runes, her children warred, but none could become Elden Lord. And so grace was extended to your kind, the Tarnished. Listen, the fingers speak.
The greater will has long renounced the Demi-Gods. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads. Take all they have left.
Indeed. But remember one thing. The Demi-Gods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godrick the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely diluted.
With the Power of Remembrance menu, you can draw out the power of a remembrance's namesake. Each remembrance can provide one power. Once that power is claimed, the remembrance will be lost. This appears to be similar to the Sekiro Memories of War, I forget what they call it, type mechanic. You know, those who've played know what I'm talking about. Received power, Axe of Godrick. Yeah, but what's this other thing here? Shows some sort of a dragon. It's like the dragon head he grafted or something. Is that a weapon art, an Ash of War, a spell, an armor, a shield? What is it exactly? It's not telling me. The axe, it doesn't tell me any details of. Remembrance of Godrick the Grafted, hewn into the Erd tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. A feeble man sought power through the grotesque act of grafting. One day we will return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold. Oh, there we go. Now we have two different types that we can choose. The Axe of Godrick. Great Axe. Unique skill. I command thee kneel. Repeatedly smash the axe into the ground, unleashing 2 earth-shaking shockwaves. Follow up with an additional input to produce a 3rd shockwave. Great Axe wielded by Godrick the Grafted. This golden battle axe is emblazoned with the figure of a beast, representing the strength of Godfrey, first Elden Lord and patriarch of the golden lineage. I command thee kneel, for I am the lord of all that is golden. Grafted Dragon, the embodiment of the power that still remained in the dragon's head that was grafted to Godrick's left arm. The wielder's arm will take the form of a small dragon, sprouting sharp dragon fangs at the fist. This weapon cannot be two-handed. Unique skill, bear witness. Grant the small dragon a fleeting glimpse of life, and thrust it skyward, spewing flames over a wide frontward area. Okay. Apologies for the stuttering here. I'm not talking the best at the moment. What are the requirements here? 34 strength and 22 dex. I really doubt that I'm going to get to that point. However, I don't see a whole lot of necessity for this either. 16 faith required. That one does seem to be more in line with what I would... Let me take a look at what the mausoleum does. I think it does something specific as well with these.
The words of
Rapture. Oh yeah, I was curious if it would let me hit R1. I didn't want to accidentally swing it at them. So that is 2 fingers. What is this thing? What a grotesque deity, or whatever you want to call it. It has a throne behind it as well, as if it could sit. It appears clear to me that it couldn't. So those twins that are over there are finger readers as well, it seems. It still does not allow you to talk with Melina for some reason. You would think at a moment like this, that would be where she would show up. Let's take a look around, see what everyone else has to say.
Now, look at you. Those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled his mark. Fine and well. Now lay out your arms. The girly boy here. She's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
I would really like to be able to use these, but nobody's telling me where I can get Lost Ash of Wars. I'm sure it's probably something simple, but...
I am pleased. Would you like me? The blessing is still aflame in you. Would you like to be? Now,
Let's see what happens if I do it regardless. You would think she would have some sort of dialogue that she could speak as well. I must say, I'm a little bit disappointed
Very warm.
that there
And
are...
good day to you.
Nothing's really changed here now that I've handled Godrick. Perhaps I need to... he did say that he would only talk to me once, now that I think about it, once we do something with a great rune, so perhaps that is the difference that I need to make up here. I still need to go to the Divine Tower. Crap. I don't know if that was worth it or not. I hope it was. Assassin's Prayer Book. Ooh, okay. Fair enough. That might have been worth it. And it seems as though that's the last one, actually. Let's see here then. Ah, Sabriri Grape, yellowing oozing eyeball of the infirm. Miyazaki, what is it with you and your weird fetishes, man? Eyes, prosthetic limbs, blindness, the firekeepers. Like, what is this? A yellowing, oozing eyeball of the infirm. The surface is shriveled and the inside is squishy, not unlike a large, overly ripe grape. Give to the blind maiden to guide her to the distant light. Okay, well, I still need to figure out where that prayer book is. I always forget where things are stored in here. There it is. Give to a learned cleric to acquire new incantations. Assassin's Approach and Darkness.
Well then, that is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no link. Very well.
Everything seems to be heresy for you, bro. You sound like you came out of Warhammer. Where's the other one at that? It says it teaches 2. Assassin's Approach. Silences footsteps, reducing fall damage and sound. Incantation of the Two-Finger Servants, who once served as the assassins of the Round Table Hold. Completely silences the footsteps of the caster. Additionally, reduces fall damage and the sound produced by falling. This sorcery can be cast while in motion or crouching. The assassins were charged with eliminating Tarnished, who had strayed from guidance. Creates a veil of darkness that conceals the caster. This incantation can be cast while in motion or crouching. The assassins were themselves once tarnished, who had strayed from guidance, and they pursued their duty in the darkness that is without grace. So it's an invisibility or a sound invisible spell. I don't like either of those, frankly.
May the golden...
Although they could be useful. Still, however. Ah, it's open now. Fantastic.
You've received the wisdom of the two fingers, have you not? Then, just as promised, I bid you welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I am known as Gideon Ofnir. As a Tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord, I am accumulating knowledge. To be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godrick the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you? So, Godrick the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already. General Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat. I've heard survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore. Praetor Rykard is the Lord of the Volcano Manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors, reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven. Morgoth the Grace-Given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there, until we've acquired enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring. Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait. The Academy of Rhea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy, but Renala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The Great Rune dwells within the Amber Egg that was Radagon's gift to her. I understand you've been speaking to Nepheli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
Okay, so that was one hell of an exposition there. And honestly, a little bit confusing. We have
Well,
Godrick, Radon, Rickard, Morgott, and Renala. That's 5. We have been told that there are 6 demigods. Renala is said to not be a demigod, although she is the one that we fight next in Liurnia, which makes sense because Godrick is technically a demigod, though the weakest, and then we're going to fight the one who isn't quite a demigod. So we're fighting the weaker ones first, and we're told to leave Rickard alone until, or excuse me, is it Morgott?
The grace given.
Yes.
It lies at the 2 fingers until we've
We're forbidden from going to Morgott until we've defeated the others. There's an obvious Tolkien-esque inspiration here, maybe to Morgoth. But there's something missing here, right? We got Godrick, Radon, Rickard, Morgott. Those are demigods. Renal is not. He doesn't even mention Melania, who I assumed from the trailer was a demigod, and it mentions it in Radon, so perhaps there are 2 demigods in Radon. That leads us to 5. We still have no 6th one, unless Renal is technically a demigod. And they're just being facetious when they say there were 6, and there's just 6 main bosses that one is not actually a demigod. Or perhaps her husband is the 6th. Still many more questions than answers here. I'm also a little bit confused as to why they only induct you into the order as a full member of the Round Table once you've killed one of the demigods. Surely none of these others have done that. Aren't they members as well? He claims to be a member. Has he defeated one? Who are these ones that have been defeated? You don't tell me anything. A little bit of a storytelling plot hole, I would think. With that said, however, let's see about this spirit tuning.
Thank goodness. I'm still looking. It's not easy. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all. If I do have a talent for spirit, I suppose I'll ask Master.
Sounds good to me. Well, seems interesting. Since I still seem to have been gypped a little bit on my runes somehow, that unless I wasn't paying attention. I gave myself that 1 extra level of faith. Now I will. Oh, you know what? Didn't I purchase?
Well then.
Yeah, I did purchase the Black Flame Blade. That's probably it, right? Or at least some of it. Still seems to be a couple thousand that were
May the golden
that vanished there somehow. Yeah, because that went down to 17. Ah, the memory stone. That's it. Sounds good to me. All right. So we're getting to the end of this video here. I want to figure out what I'm doing here. So we have different options. We have Caelid in the east, which is said to be the home of Radahn, General Radahn. And we can see that it has connections to this whole meteorite star magic, which his title of Conqueror of the Stars, Scourge of the Stars, appears to be a connection to that. Melania perhaps has a connection as well. You can definitely tell it's a large area because it goes all the way over here. The map didn't open up this wide to begin with, I don't think, now that I've taken a peek at it. So I'm assuming that this isn't the end either, so there must be something north of this. Quite a ways, I would assume, honestly. We should head to the Divine Tower, actually, then. That's going to be the... I think that'll be our last detail here. Let's head to the tower and fix the rune, and then we'll end the video for now. It feels like almost nothing gets done in these videos. You go through a whole hour and it's like, man, I barely did anything. I mean, I accomplished something large by defeating Godrick, but sure doesn't feel like you've just been able to do a lot of moving around and I have no idea how we're really expected to fight these guys, if we even are. Oh, actually, they're not nearly as tough as I thought. Okay. Great arrow. Super cool stuff. Wow. Oh. There's another divine tower out there, so that must be the one for Caelid. Right out in here somewhere, it looks like. Or perhaps even further, for all I know. Ooh. 2 fingers. Would you look at that? Godrick's Great Rune. We can see Stormvale. No? No, not at all. This is not Stormvale. This is north, okay. This is that castle at the towards the end of Liurnia. There's the church. I'm assuming this is the Altus Plateau, perhaps, up here. Is that the capital? And there's where the actual Elden Ring itself is. Or the, excuse me, the Erd Tree itself. There is Stormvale. This is probably one of the best ways to outlook over everything and just kind of see where things are. This is straight down. So what is it pointing to? What is that castle here that it's pointing to? Could be further down here on the Weeping Peninsula that I'm missing something, but it doesn't appear as though there's really anything straight down here that could be misinterpreted as an actual large castle like that. That is not the fort, that Fort Height. It can't be. Pointing out east towards Caelid. See, that appears as though it could be Fort Height. Yeah, that's Fort Height, right? So that gives us an idea. I'm almost certain that must be Fort Height, this little place there. So if we're going... Yeah, that has to be the Weeping Peninsula. So it's, yeah, you can see the connection there. That's the Weeping Peninsula down there. And then this is Limgrave. Yeah, got it. Now here we have Caelid, some large protrusions and there's another fortress up on a hill. Kind of by the swamp area here. Sorry I'm spending so much time with this, I just want to kind of get a better idea of what's going on here. Now we're protruding out this way. We're either looking at this or this in far off parts of Caelid. Another divine tower. It's almost like a mosque type building. A domed temple of some sort. Yeah, there you go. See, that's gonna tell. Yeah, this is the peninsula right here. That little half circle fort. And then beyond that, we're looking at this right here, which is where this mosque looking building is. And then right over here must be the Altus Plateau then. Because there's another divine tower. And it very well fits the geographic features of a plateau. So we have Limgrave, the Weeping Peninsula, Caelid. The Weeping Peninsula doesn't appear to be its own one of the 6. It's part of Limgrave, it appears. So we have 1 Limgrave, 2 Caelid, 3 Liurnia of the Lakes, 4 the Altus Plateau, and then 5 the capital, which is at the base of the Altus Plateau. And we either have a 6th one that's not being mentioned, or the 6th one is Melania, where it refers to Caelid as where 2 of them clash, so perhaps Caelid is home to 2 demigods. So it appears as though there are probably 4 major open world zones, with a 5th one that is probably more so like an additional large legacy dungeon or 2 concerning the capital, is what I mean. It's not quite as big as people were thinking. We were thinking that there's actually going to be 6 full regions, which is why everyone was thinking this is as big as The Witcher 3, this is massive or bigger. To be fair, it doesn't appear as though things are that way. Alright, let's see what we've got here concerning the ring. Maximum equip load with the Arsenal Charm. By how much? Not bad, not bad. An iron charm that resembles a massive weaponry. Boosts maximum equip load. This talisman was derived from an unusual greatsword, once wielded by a hero hungry for vengeance. Interesting. This might just allow me... No, not quite, actually. Almost. What about... There we go. 40 poise. Kitted out with the nice chest piece there. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to stick with or not, but it's a cool little change that we can make there. Alright, so we've made an accomplishment. We've got a ton of lore. Kind of sat around a lot, but we're getting somewhere. So I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you guys next time.